second gear.
Hey everyone, my name's Daniel Farr. It's Daniel Farr, not Daniel Paul. I always change it on Facebook just so my boss can't ever see what I'm ever doing, to be honest. Bit about me, I'm a bit autistic, I'm chubby. I used to have ADHD, but my mum used quite an old-fashioned cure in the 90s. It was called slapping the shit out of me. So yeah, that matured me quite quickly. But you can't laugh at things at people anymore. There's so many new movements happening at the moment that the woke society has gone crazy. I mean, like this happened to me overnight, this belly, and I woke up and I was shocked. But you can't laugh at that. You cannot fat shame people anymore. At universities and campuses, they now have safe spaces for fat people. It's a pretty fucking big space, I'll let you know that. Always conveniently located next to the cafeteria. They installed a Greggs for there. But it's all changed. And one of the harsh things now is that everyone now has their own discrimination. And it's hard being white, I know, because they say we have white privilege. Now, I'm going to correct you tonight. It's not white privilege. There's a thing called pretty privilege. Pretty privilege means you can get away with absolutely everything. Now, I started going to the gym on Monday. Looking forward to the improvements on that one. And there was a girl there. Now, she was there. She had that attire on now. She, the things up there. Everything was out, and she was doing a squat one. She had no weights on the bar. I thought she could have done a little bit better, but I'm not her personal trainer. And we made eye contact, and I gave her the most innocent, little cheeky, smoke. She looked at me in disgust. I felt like I'd just been accused of the most venial rape calls ever. 2 minutes later, 6'4" Jared up there, chiseled jaw, makes a remark at her. She's laughing, like that. Hello, hair flickered. Absolutely awful. Because the thing is, though, when you're an ugly man, you're fucked. When you're an ugly woman, you can become an artist. Now, I actually wrote this down because I was nowhere in hell I was going to remember this bit. Women, they have face primer, foundation, CC cream, concealer, contouring, highlighter, blush, bronzer, eyeshadow, eyeliner, primer, mascara, lip primer, lip gloss, setting powder, setting spray, eyebrow shadow, blender, tanner, fake hair, acrylic nails, fake hair, and spandex. Men, we have shoes that make us go from this to this. The worst thing though is these women will still use filters on their pictures. Now, being 33 and single, I've gone back onto the dating apps again, but being I don't know why that was so funny, positive enthusiasm. I struggle because I've only got the 2 photos of myself. One is from my nan's funeral 3 weeks ago, and the other one is my passport picture. Reason for this is because being an introvert, I take a picture and I hate how I look. Other people take photos and I don't want to be in them either, because they'll always get you at them funny angles, and then they'll blast them absolutely all over social media, maybe like that. 2 months later, you're going to go missing, and that's the picture that's going to bang all over the news. That's that one. Okay. Now, have you seen lately? There was not lately. It's actually all in the news at the moment. There's that she's a good-looking 21-year-old white girl. So, to be honest, fuck her. Who's just been caught in Saudi Arabia trying to smuggle drugs. And she was actually trying to smuggle in poppers, which I thought was quite weird because weirdly, statistically enough, there's not one homosexual in Saudi Arabia. Very convenient. But I've always said never ever fuck with a country where the religion is more important than the law. Now, I lived in Malaysia myself for 2 years, and Sharia law is something you do not mess about with. And I had a girlfriend out there. Her name was Susie, and yeah, we got on well. She wore the hijab. We weren't allowed to walk holding hands down the road, and you know, I was never able to meet her parents. And one of her friends said to me, "Listen, if you get caught with her behind closed doors, they're either going to stone you or they're going to force you to marry them." Now, I was quite clever. I always fucked her with the door open. Right, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. The next act is